right, man. Let's talk about PBC. Ran across an interesting article on boxing.com. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Now we know that ProBox that bought boxing.com from Viacom. That's the company that owns Showtime, CBS, MTV, all that good stuff. So it says steady diet of PBC shows on Amazon Prime to come in 2025. No Diddy. It says when Showtime, Dave Griezmann, when Showtime exited the boxing broadcast business last year, and man, PBC, Premier Box Champion, needed a new partner for his packed stable of talented fighters. It's no longer packed anymore. That's cap. Um, PBC announced a new deal before 2023 was over, a multi-year rights agreement with Amazon Prime. So far in 2024, however, that's been 3 PBC shows: Tim Tszyu versus Sebastian Fondor, Canelo Alvarez versus Jaime Munguia, which was joint with his own, and Gervonta Davis versus Frank Martin. All right, so there you have right there. It says last Saturday, the show headlined by Israel Madrimov versus Terrence Crawford features a handful of PBC fighters and will be on Amazon Prime, DAZN, ESPN Plus, at pay-per-view.com. Okay. It says otherwise, a show led by several promoters, bankrolled by Riyadh Season. September's fight between Canelo Alvarez and Berlanga will be the 4th PBC show on Amazon Prime, which they all ask. There also is an anticipated in November show headlined by Gervonta Davis, which was supposed to be believed to be an Isaac Cruz rematch at this point, and now it could be Reyes Venezuela. The first 9, that's my insert there. The first 9 pay-per-view card was supposed to take place in August versus Caleb Plant and Trevor Kukumbi, was postponed when Kukumbi was cutting trainer. That show was never coming off. No Diddy. But that first 9 pay-per-view show will still come soon, with more to come after, according to Tim Smith, Vice President of Communications of Heyman Sports. Speaking to Kurt Imhoff of the Boxing Esquire podcast, Al Heyman's longtime boxing advisor and his founder of Premier Box Champions. Quote, he said, I know everybody wants to know, when are the free fights? There is no such thing as free fights, by the way. You have to have a subscription to watch any boxer, whether it's ESPN Plus, even ESPN Cable, which he's right. If you look at your cable bill, you got to have, it's a subscription in that cable bill for ESPN. He said that's the part of your cable package. So, yep, old fart Tim Smith is right. He said we do have a non-pay-per-view fight schedule. Non-pay-per-view fights. We have a fight schedule that's going to be on Prime Video. They call those fights SVOD, streaming video on demand fights. We have some of those coming in September, October, and I believe we have maybe a couple in December. Maybe. Maybe. He said maybe. So, like I said before, just a typical Negro business plan. Maybe, they don't know for sure. Maybe, possibly. And if any of them look like Trevor Kukumbi and Caleb Plant, I don't really think anybody cares to watch the bullshit. And that's just what it is. So at the end of the day, they won't be high class cars. They'll be bottom feeder cars. And I don't even know why Amazon Prime is continuing to entertain this. We know the deal was done without them being confirming it or it going through the superiors. We already talked about the lady that did the fight. She got fired did the deal. She got fired. So yeah, so that's something to think about real quick, fast, in a hurry. Old fart Tim Smith. Stephen Espinoza, who ran Showtime Sports, now is serving as an advisor with PBC and Amazon. Lester spoke on how box would eventually ramp up on Prime Video after the streaming service got their legs up under them. What you mean you got to get your legs up under them? That's crazy. According to Smith, the first handful of pay-per-view shows done the regular Prime Video broadcasts are about to become an ongoing part of the schedule. So my thing was, what took so long? He said, quote, there's been a filling out process trying to find out how to work those in. Smith said, I'm very optimistic for 2025 in terms of having a steady diet. That's all word salad. I'm very optimistic that this could, nah. When he say shit like that, come on, optimistic. Come on, I'm a little pessimistic when it comes to that. But, nonetheless, I doubt it. I don't think they're going to be in this shit long, any too much more long, bro. Excuse me. Sheesh. I don't think they're gonna be in this shit any much longer, and that's just my humble opinion on it. And I could be 100% wrong. Um, yeah, I don't think they're gonna be around any too much more longer. Um, but that's just my opinion on it. It just sounds like a bunch of words. Oh, it's coming, no Diddy. And then what we gonna get? Caleb Plant or Trevor Kukumbi? Come on, like I said before, this ain't looking too good for them. Prime Video didn't even want to do the deal to begin with. It allegedly got done behind their back, without the proper approval. And really, they shouldn't even have no network, and they ain't got no money no more. They ain't got no money no more. So, at the end of the day, it ain't gonna be anything that you look up to, and be like, oh yeah, I can't wait for this. No, only people with no motion gonna be sitting down watching them shits. I'm telling you, it ain't gonna be nothing good. The pay-per-views wasn't about shit. Come on. And that's common freaking sense. So, yeah, none of that shit surprised me. But, they told me, we're going to come with a steady diet of this, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that, and it's going to be great, and it's going to be phenomenal. And it ain't. You can't even put on a decent pay-per-view card. That's the wild thing about it. They can't even put on decent pay-per-view cards. How we expect the regular schedule to be good? The regular schedule on Showtime was ass. Every now and again, we got decent matchups. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the times the undercards is better than the actual matchup. And tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm lying. So, I mean, they could, at the end of the day, man, they don't have no plan, bro. And I hate to say this. This is stereotypical it's a stereotypical black business. They don't know what they doing. They just doing it off the humbug. They just going as they just, they just keeping it going, just doing it as they go. They winging it, no real plan. He couldn't even promise that it was gonna be a steady diet of shows. He couldn't even promise it was gonna be a steady diet of shows. He couldn't even promise that. Oh, I see. I believe it's gonna happen. I believe it's gonna happen. I mean, if I close my eyes and wish like Peter Pan, I could fly. He another old fart that be talking out his rabbit mind. Oh, these YouTubers and these guys and these, we don't have the money for Terrence Crawford. Like, man, when is this dude gonna cross the rainbow? Oh, fart. Tired of his ass. For years he been talking shit. It ain't about shit. I never forget the interview he did the Barclays Center, talk about, media members and YouTubers and all that shit. Talking all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Talking a bunch of bullshit. Never forget it. So, like I said before, PBC ain't got no damn plan. Real talk, PBC ain't got no plan. These dudes just winging it as they go. And that's the honest truth. They just literally winging it as they go. Got a couple shows. He can't even tell you how many shows he got. We got one in October. We got one in November. We got maybe another one in a couple in December. Come on, man. They're supposed to do 11 shows, 10 to 12 shows. They're supposed to do 10 to 12 shows. Think about that for a minute. They're supposed to do 10 to 12 shows. That's crazy. 10 to 12 shows. Right now, what they said he had four possibly with a potential tank fight. Come on, man. So they would have to, ring off about 9 shows to reach 12 or 8. My bad, my math fall off. You know what I'm saying? So shit, it is what it is. It is what it is. They would have to ring off like 8 shows. But, let me know what y'all girls and guys think, man. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance. Get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. Venmo, CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor. I mean, shit, literally, we everywhere. So appreciate y'all for supporting the channel. Peace.